Chapter 11. The Uncharted Road. Family, legacy, and the future of the Four Tops are my main focus, since the road behind me stretches longer than the road ahead. There was a time when I thought that my son, Abdul Jr., Dula, would follow in my footsteps, the perfect replacement. He looks like me, same height, about the same weight, but he can't sing a note. Dula handles the technical part of our show, setting up the sound system. He makes it possible for the Tops to move to dozens of different venues with different acoustics and challenges, and have our voices sound as good as our recordings. Performing away from home so much, I love having my son with me. The band tells me that he sings my part as he sets everything up for us, that he keeps getting better. I hope that I live to see the day. At the end of 2008, soon after Levi passed, I started having some professional regrets, and with all of the guys gone, I reached out to Dula. It was around Christmas time, and I was feeling kind of blue. I confided that with all the wonderful records the Four Tops made, I was disappointed that we'd never won a Grammy. One great song or another had always beaten us out, which was okay then. There was always tomorrow. Now in the evening of my career, I didn't see a chance of ever getting one. We achieved every one of the things we aspired to do in the business, I told him. It's the one thing that slipped away from us. Don't worry about it, Dad, Dula reassured me. Your career has been monumental. People have adored you all these years. You've been inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Rolling Stone named you in the 100 greatest artists of all time. Don't let it bug you. 2 days later, the phone rang. Duke Fakir? Yes. This is Neil Portnow, president of the Recording Academy. You've just been selected for the Academy's highest honor, a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Tears started rolling down my face. It was the little hole that was missing. Not that I wasn't grateful for what we already had. You really mean it? I said. Yes, I'll send you the information about coming to Hollywood for the show. I hung up and immediately called Dula. You are not going to believe this, I said, barely believing it myself. I just got a Grammy. He dropped the phone, jumping for joy. Dula was by my side in LA, along with Piper, Farah, and Ralph, and other family members at the award ceremony on the Saturday. Johnny Mathis and other artists we'd admired along the way were also in attendance. I was the last one to speak and thanked everybody. Having a Grammy for a hit record or two would have been great, but the Lifetime Achievement Award means so much more. It covers many Grammys, a lifetime of doing the best you can for as long as you can, and it's your peers who anoint you with this honor. For me, it's one of the greatest honors I have ever received. Thank you, and thank you on behalf of the Four Tops who no longer are here, who share this honor with me. The highlight of the televised award show the next night was Jamie Foxx, Smokey Robinson, and Neo, three of the most celebrated singers in the industry, singing Obi, Lawrence, and Levi's parts. We performed a medley of Four Tops classic tunes, Reach Out, I'll Be There, Standing in the Shadows of Love, and I Can't Help Myself. Just before we went on stage, I looked in the mirror with my Grammy in hand and tried to summon my three partners, Obi, Levi, Lawrence. I just wish you were here. This is just as much yours as it is mine. Thank you guys, I love you, God bless you. Then I went on stage and sang my heart out. I looked out at the front row and there was my old friend, Paul McCartney, leading the audience jumping to their feet, applauding. An amazing night, one that I shall always cherish. Getting a Grammy like that, after putting it out in the universe and 2 days later it manifesting, reinforced my belief that someone, some power greater than me, really is out there listening. It was another message from above, helping me answer the question most of us share about the meaning of life. Is there a bigger reason? The Four Tops' success wasn't simply about personal desire. There was a higher purpose than just us singing, larger than each of us individually. What the group represented, brotherhood, loyalty, and people connecting and loving each other, was that the reason that destiny played the winning hand? We were put on earth to help spread a message in the universal language that everyone understands, man, woman, child, regardless of color, nationality, ethnicity, sexual orientation, music. After receiving that epiphany, my efforts to keep the Four Tops alive were renewed. Lawrence Jr.'s father passed the baton on to him for the future generation. I'm just trying to pass on the knowledge. When he first joined the group, he posed an interesting question. Duke, do you think one of the original members of the group would have kept the Tops going if you were gone? You really want me to be honest? I asked him. I could tell he wanted to hear the truth, so I told him how years ago I tried an experiment. I told the guys that for 1 week, once a month, each one of them should take over running the organization from top to bottom in order to see what really went into it, from paying people to making sure all the invoices were paid, handling the finances, etc. They all agreed. Lawrence Sr. said up front, I really don't want to be a part of it, but okay man, if the rest of y'all are going to do it, I'll go along with it. The first one up was Levi. We had a weekend engagement. He made sure that the payroll was taken care of on the road. We were paid half of it. The other half had been sent to our office as a deposit before we left. So Levi paid everybody half and let them know that when we got home, I'll take care of y'all there too. Well, when we got back home, we called Levi for 4 days to get our money, until we finally reached him. I forgot all about that shit, man, he said. It was the furthest thing from my mind. Taking care of paying folks? Fuck it, I can't do this shit. Why don't you come get this money and take care of it, Duke? We all laughed. That was Levi. Next up was Obi. I let him know it was his turn. He looked at me and said, Duke, I don't feel like I want to pay nobody a fucking dime. That's the furthest thing from my mind. That's your job. I didn't like the idea going in, but I had to go along with everybody. So I went to Lawrence. Lawrence started laughing. Don't even come to me with that shit. Duke, you know that ain't me. I give you all the songs, all the notes to sing. Just give me mine when it's time. That's all. You're doing a fine job with all that. Thanks, I said. But y'all should know the business part too. We know, they said. Ain't nobody complaining. So we kept up doing what we always had, dividing it up 4 ways, with me handling all our business. Hearing that story about the other tops, the way he knew them, satisfied Lawrence Jr.'s curiosity. They loved the music, just not the business. Without my hand in things like money matters, someone else could have done the job, but not with the same commitment or the passion, and with the risk of them helping themselves to the fruits of our labor. We were well aware of those nightmares. Some instances were too close to home to mention. I don't take all the credit. There were many ingredients to our career. Each one of us played key roles in our own ways. Our personalities meshed like our voices did. The truth is that none of us could have made it without the others, but no one else wanted to be bothered with the nuts and bolts things that I enjoyed. It went back to the days when I followed Daddy Braggs around, watching him click his counter when folks came in the club door, or even further back to my glee in taking inventory of the newspapers I collected for the war effort in elementary school. It was my privilege, my joy, to make sure that the tops were on top of their business. It is still my pleasure to make sure that what we worked so hard to achieve keeps on going. From time to time, I still feel a tinge of survivor's guilt that I'm the one who's still alive. My brothers are gone. I used to think that there was no good reason that I should have outlived them, to be in the kind of health that I'm in, and be here to tell the story. For all the shit that I've been through, all the things that I've done, the same things as my partners, I always came out smelling like a rose. When I step back with the insight I've gained from living long enough to see all the pieces and how they fit together, the bigger picture has begun to reveal itself. But some things still remain a wonderful mystery, like how I've always felt protected throughout my life. But why me? I always go back to one thing. I started in the church. I was brought back to that same church. Church always had such great meaning for me. I knew it would help me put my life back on course. I tried to share that with my partners. Guess what, man? You know we've talked about how the Lord has been with us all this time. He's given us everything under the sun you can imagine. Family, joy, happiness, money, success. I think he wants us to pay him back. I think he wants his glory. Levi heard me and came to church with me one time. He left before the service was over. Later, he apologized for walking out, but I let him know I didn't judge him. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I kept wondering if the reason I'm still here and they're gone is because they didn't give him the praise he deserves. When you're young, you think, we worked hard for this, we earned it, but it's not all about you. You have to make that connection. Eventually, I think Lawrence did. Near the end, when he found out that he had cancer and was bedridden, I think he made his peace with God. We all go through learning and changing at different times. I know all the tops believed in God. That's good enough. It could just have been their time to go. They each had done their thing, and the Lord said, time for you to come home. You raised your families well, made good. You kept your word, the promise you made. We each have to do it our own way. One of the numbers that we perform truly captures the spirit of our story. Frank Sinatra's wistful ballad, My Way, is a part of the Four Tops standard repertoire. About 4 years ago, I realized that the way Frank Sinatra sang it was perfect for him, but the truth of the tops was something quite different. So I changed a few lyrics, and now I sing the solo part. I tell the audience when I introduce the song about the first time we sang together at Joanne Artist's graduation party when we were teens, how out of all the people Levi and I knew, we just happened to pick Lawrence and Obi. The moment we sang together, out came such magical sounds. From then on, we knew that it really wasn't our way, it was God's way. Sure, we worked hard, but it took more than us. It took the hand of God, who turned things our way. Performing our version of My Way in venues all over the country, I never thought I could sing a solo every night and always get a standing ovation. People come up to me afterwards and say, "Thank you, Duke, you brought tears to my eyes. It makes me so proud." Singing with a new group of talented guys has been a blessing. Ronnie McNear, Lawrence Roquel Payton Jr., and Alex Morris are the new lineup. They're as close to the original tops as you can get, but I have to school the guys that there's more to being a top than just singing. To be a top, you have to act like a top. I have to give them a little history, explain how we conducted ourselves, the way we approached our jobs. Don't think of this as just as a paying engagement. People love us. You have to treat them the same way. Treat them beautifully. When people ask for autographs, give it to them gladly. These are people who paid to see you. When they want to see you after the show, gladly give your time. On stage, don't just go up there and sing the song. Sing to the people, look them in the eye, and make contact with them. Let them share what you're feeling. I hear myself channeling my mentor, Billy Eckstein, who shared his knowledge with me when I was a young and aspiring upstart. You've got to love the audience. If you win them over, they're yours. That's who will carry you on to bigger heights, but it's got to come from your heart. You have to be loyal to them, and they will be loyal to you. How you treat the fans is a simple thing to convey. How to perform like a top takes work and comes from years of experience. The first thing you need to know is how to get on and off the stage. If you walk out on the stage looking fabulous and your audience says, "Wow, look at them," you shock them and make them feel good. That's number one. A big-time singer once tried to tell me, "Nah, when you hit the stage, it's all about the singing." We enjoyed the ensuing argument. Neither of us changed our minds. What I know is that the minute you hit the stage, before you even open your fucking mouth, you have to look like something. If people like what they see, you're one step ahead. Second thing is when you do open your mouth, you sing something that's going to get to them, one of their favorite hits or something that they love. Then at the end, when you leave the stage, they should be happy, singing, jumping up and down. They should be as happy as a fat boy eating cake. That's show business. All show business is built on that. If you want to know what to do in the middle, do something that touches their heart. Our middle number is one that they'll remember. I'm still the one who puts the show together, the one who designs the clothes, sets the order of the show, paces it. If we're in the middle of a number and it's not flowing, I'll switch it up. I'll tell the conductor before he goes to the intro of the next song, hold it right there. I talk a lot between the songs and the audience likes it. They like a little history. They want to be a part of it. I say, hold it, nephew, because my nephew is the conductor. Then I tell the audience, my heart tells me to do this song. I don't know whether you want to hear it, but here it comes. They love it. I do have a little knowledge about the stage because I feel it. It's not something I do on autopilot. I've been doing it for almost 65 years, but every night before the show, I'm anxious, not excited, just anxious to get out there and see what the audience has to give me. People ask me if I ever get tired singing our hit records. I say, fuck nah. Every night's a different audience. Every night it's a different love, a different respect. I look in people's eyes, and as long as I see that respect, that enjoyment, that thank you, I'll sing that motherfucker till the day I die. Recently, in Pennsylvania, I fell and injured my hip pretty badly. It hurt like hell, but we were en route to another show in New Jersey. So I got on that bus, made the 300-mile trip, and performed that night in a wheelchair. A little pain never stopped me. I really wasn't aware of the extent of my injury. For me, the show must go on. When I got back to Detroit, a frantic piper drove me directly to the hospital. The break I sustained was serious enough for me to have another hip replacement, having had my first in 2002. Less than a month later, I was back performing again, only missing one scheduled show. I had the stage manager wheel me on stage, and I made an announcement to the audience before they saw me, explaining what happened and that I was going to be performing sitting down. Off the top of my head, I said, I'm not going to be hippin' or hoppin', dancing or prancing. I'll just be singing and swinging. Then the lights came up and I was sitting there, dressed to the nines. They saw that I was still there for them, and they loved it. They gave me a standing ovation before and after the show. At this stage in my career, I take it all in stride, the highs and lows. I've been going since 1954, and the journey hasn't always been smooth. We've definitely had a few bumps in the road, but when asked about the pitfalls, it's hard to even remember them. The highs are what shine through. The only pitfall I see is that the three of them are not here with me. I know the best thing I do in life is singing. I'm not going to ever retire. The Lord can retire me, but I'm not going into the dark night quietly. I know I'm not in the fourth quarter anymore. I'm in overtime. And the day I hear my last applause, lights out, final curtain, I hope I hear those three magical voices blending in with mine. Now if you feel that you can't go on, because all of your hope is gone, and you feel the world has grown cold, and you're drifting out all on your own, and you need a hand to hold, reach out for me. I'll be there with a love that will comfort you, and I'll be there to cherish and care for you. I'll be there. It's been a long time, too long without the sound of those other voices, but I've loved every minute, and I am still enjoying the hell out of it. Acknowledgements. I am deeply indebted to many important people in my life, too numerous to mention by name. The many good friends who have helped me along my path to success and stood by me through hard times as well. My professional colleagues who have consistently given me encouragement and a helping hand along the way. My loving family who've believed in me since the beginning and now include a wonderful new generation of children and grandchildren. My dear friend and co-author, Kathleen McGee Anderson, whose talent and vision helped me to tell my story and is like family. And finally, to my dear departed brothers, Levi, Obi, and Lawrence. They're with me every step I take, every note I sing.